Deuteronomy 28, if we take the time to go into it, or I would like to suggest that we should, just to check out what I'm saying, yeah? There was a specific decree given out as what was the way for us to live as us as being a nation, black, in those days. So the Most High, this is just a theory of what I'm putting forward to the people as what I believe is the truth, because it's the only thing that proves today's current situation and why nothing has happened in rehabilitating the situation and why we're still in the same situation. So in Deuteronomy 28, it says that the Most High, because I don't want to really take the Bible out to make people think it's a real teaching thing or nothing like that. I'm going to just leave it for people to check it out themselves. So the Most High said, you're my people that I've put on this earth to serve me, but to show the other nations on this earth my ways, basically. And if you continue to do that, yeah, I will put you above the nations, basically. So it's basically an offer that God's actually given to the people. He's saying that if you obey my words, live by my statutes, show men our way, the way that I would have you to live, then your seed will be plentiful, but I will put you above all the nations. And that was the case. That's what it says in Deuteronomy 28. And then there's a spin to it, because there's a reverse if the chosen people of that time didn't obey the ways that the Lord was saying that they should live. So God said, but if you turn away and you sin and turn your back on me and you worship these other gods and you do all of these other things, he specifically says in that book that curses will he put in our way as a stumbling block. That,
what kind of curses did he say?
So the curses were things like he's going to send us away in ships.
In what?
In ships. See how he's going to send us away in ships. This is why I want you to read it. I don't want to really come out and be too upfront.
Let me get this straight. In Deuteronomy 28 in the Bible,
yeah,
it states that the chosen people of God,
yeah,
if they don't hearken and listen and follow his commands and statutes,
yeah,
they will be put
on ships. Yeah?
On ships for
on
what?
Ships
for what?
To be sold.
As what?
As slave, bondmen and bondwomen. Yeah, and it says to the T as a signature, as to say God actually made that his works, because he said your children and your people will not be able to see their loved ones no more. You'll be scattered across the whole world. And that's another thing it says as well. So the scam that we're under is that there's some...
Basically, wait up, so we...
Yeah.
How much people fit that prophecy? How much people was put on slavery in ships in history of the world? How much people? How much people have been put? How much people have been put in that situation in the world?
Exactly, and
because I'm trying to establish basically with you. I already know obviously, but I'm trying to establish with you and the listeners.
Yeah.
What the prophecy is actually trying to say. Who is the people that it's talking about? Exactly. What people in history have been put on ships?
This is why my brother's here today, because he's not really trying to be forthcoming with it. He wants to lay it out, and that's what we're really going to do. And it's true what my brother's saying. At the end of the day, we was told that if we disobey, all of these things will happen to us. But the major thing that strikes me, and these things have happened in my life, you know, like where you get the bad luck card, or a bad luck card comes out in your life.
So they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Most High literally drawed out the bad luck card and ran it on us. You see what I'm trying to say? Because
a lot of people will be sitting at home now thinking, hold up though, like if that's the case, what hope is there for us?
Exactly. And this is where we're coming into the conversation now. Like Black history and all these other schemes that black groups and activists are coming with at this time as well. Yeah. He says to finalize Deuteronomy 28 that there's no way back from these curses unless we return to him as it was in the beginning. So in other words, what I am directly saying is you might get a few sectors from the black nation powerful up there. You see the sportsmen in the world and stuff, the rappers. So there are some black people that are up there.
So a lot of people would argue
you get
that
my point?
black people are
like we can get somewhere. We can get somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Listen. I'm not a bad luck freak or trying to put out vibrant energy to put negativity out here. But I would like to say in my defense, we love Nelson Mandela, we love Malcolm X, Luther King, all of these other
any black inspirational character
that have done things. Tupac, yeah, there's many of them.
All right.
But I would say, has any of them been able to stop the genocide with our people or the onslaught of our people? No. Has it worsened?
I'm not sure if I could say worsened because man was getting lynching, but it's maintained 100% for the fact that for the fact that in 2016 man are getting shot down in America by blatantly for reasons that don't make no sense on a professional level as a police officer for you to shoot someone down like that and they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For the fact that you have people that are coming from war-torn countries.
Yeah.
Ethnic black people that are coming from war-torn countries and they can't get into no country. No country wants them. You know what I mean? Up to today where they knocked down, they tore down the jungle. You know what I mean? And you got to think a lot of these countries have got a part to play in the destruction of their countries. But at the same time, we don't want to take the people in.
Exactly.
We don't want to do nothing for the people.
And that goes back directly to Deuteronomy 28. There's gonna be no refuge.
No refuge.
There's no refuge for a brother. You know what I mean? So as I said, there are a few of us that will be in a good life and stuff, but as the nation and
temporarily,
the people, it's temporary, and we're not really ever really gonna get to that position, of greatness, as we're believing the false hopes and the false flags that we can be a nation. We can join up and be strong Nubian people, and we're all gods, and I can do this because I'm a god. I can do this myself, and it's all about me, and it's all about me and stuff. And because we have these traits within ourselves, this is what's making it harder, and it's making us not be able to see what we really have to do to actually come back. So there's a scam going on, you know what I mean? And I put forward the scam that Black History Month, they only go back to possibly 90 to 100 years, and that's a deception code anyway, because that isn't history. That isn't history.
When we got off the boat.
You know what I mean? So history goes back to.
It's not history. It's his story. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to basically. That's what we're trying to tally up and find out which is which. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of what we get told in Black History Month is really history. It's his opinion of us. And when I say his, I'm talking about the oppressor. I'm not talking about every white person, but I'm talking about them, those at the top that made the rules that they made. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Willie Lynches. You know? I'm talking about these kind of guys that created the psychology, was educated enough to create the mental prison that's kept black people down from slavery. You know what I'm saying? And coming back to the Black History thing, it's one of the things that's always stuck in my mind. It's like, if it's Black History and it's always it's supposed to uplift us and talk about our achievements, why every time I see Black History Month, the first thing they're throwing on TV is Roots? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
What did you say?
Fundamentally, I was saying earlier, that's what I said, Jahwet. I was saying earlier when I was speaking to my brother that Steve McQueen, who directed 12 Years a Slave, it was the first Oscar for a black film. Do you understand? And I had to sit down and ask myself, what is this telling me?
Yeah.
This is telling me that I'm getting rewarded as a black man for keeping my black people in a state of disillusion and a state of depression, of the time when we was downtrodden, misery, of when we was downtrodden, and you know what I mean?
And that's what they want us to remember, and you know
that's all they want us to remember. As soon as you start trying to talk about reparations and why no one was never repatriated for the crimes that was committed on us, everyone goes quiet. No one don't want to talk. Do you understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what a lot of people don't know, all the slave masters, when slavery was abolished, they all got compensated. All of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? They all got compensated. Yeah? When not one penny was given to any slave. All of these societies that we live in, England, America, the whole of Europe, it was built off of
on that
the sweat and blood of slaves' backs. Do you understand what I'm saying? The railway line in Britain built off of slavery. Do you see what I'm saying?
And look how much money and revenue they clean up a year time with that, and we don't really get the recognition as we should.
But you know why we wouldn't get the recognition? Recognition means payout. Recognition means reparations. And these guys that made what they made off of the blood and sweat and tears of slaves don't want to give that money back. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And also
they don't want to give that money back.
Too, it's still maintaining what the Most High said about the curse, that at the end of the day nothing would really work out for you. You know what I mean? So the good thing in these little documentaries and these interesting conversations that we have, there's always hope and there's always a way out. You know what I mean? We have to always remember that. Although things are the way it is, we're on our faces, a lot of us are on our faces and stuff and suffering, but there's a way out. And if we check that way out, we all can get a way out. You see what I'm saying? And the only way out basically is to go back to how we were in the beginning.
The only way out is up.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm saying again is it's like I'm gonna proudly say it. We're in a country that isn't of our own, based on the fact that we're not accepted. But there's reasons for that, you know what I mean? Because we're never gonna be accepted until we go back into the way that we were. So we can't be westernized and in Babylon, in other words. We have to go back to the start, basically.
Foundation of truth. We need a foundation of truth.